Two, one.
Action.
What's going on, cronies? Cat Burglar here, episode 16 of BS Bettors. We're just zooming through, quite literally, um, the college football and NFL season. I'm not sure what week we're at. Don't really give a shit. We're just here to pick out winners. We're not here to give you what week it is. If you want to know what week, go down your calendar and figure it out. That's all I got to say. I went basically what did I do? 1-2 last week in the NFL and 0-1 in college, so not great. Bringing my overall record in college to 14-21 and NFL 16-14-1. So I'm a little bit over the Mendoza line. Um Caden, do you know how everybody did or
Um, well, Cat Burglar, I got a bone to pick with you
okay?
because last week overall for you was 16-14-1.
Okay, maybe I
You're
didn't update it then. My bad.
so you're actually 17-16-1. It's all right. They
Yes.
got it covered.
Okay,
Um,
thanks, buddy.
Sal
I'm
went
updating.
0 and
I'm
1.
updating my spreadsheet.
Sal went 0 and 1 in the NFL and 1 and 0 in college football. Bert went 2 and 0 in the NFL and 1 and 1 in college football. I went 2 and 2 in the NFL and 2 and 0 in college football. And then that brings Sal's overall for NFL to 4 and 6 and 8 and 3 in college football. Bert
Hmm.
is 10 and 6 in the NFL and 14 and 6 in college football.
Just
Damn.
killing, carrying us.
I'm
Hitman has been carrying us. Look at those pythons. And
I'm
by pythons, I
13
mean winners. He just stacks winners right here. It's like, okay, keep going.
I'm 13, 16 and 1 in NFL and 9 and 5 in college football. And then the Cat Burglar is 17, 16 and 1 in the NFL and 14 and 21 in college football, bringing our podcast overall for the NFL to exactly 44 in 44 and 2, which is right at 50%. And then college football is 45 in 35, right at 56.2%.
Wow, if you'd have told me at the beginning of the year we would be doing better in college football than NFL, I wouldn't have said that.
Agreed.
I would have thought the opposite way, but not that college football is not easier or whatever. The NFL is very hard, but it's just kind of like it's our background or whatever. But still a lot of season left. A lot of games to be played, a lot of bets to be made. So the cards are getting harder and harder each week. I'm finding less games to pick, and the lines are getting tougher. But Sal, what do you got this week?
All right, let's start with college football. I'm going Saturday, 11 a.m. kickoff. Taking Ohio State minus 3.5 at Penn State. I just don't trust Penn State to ever win a fucking big game against another really good team. They've shown over and over again they fucking are terrible at it. Ohio State will cover the spread pretty easily, I think. For the NFL, I'm going Sunday night football. I've got the Vikings -5 against the Colts at home. I liked it a little better when I thought Richardson was starting for him. Now
Yeah.
Flacco's playing. I still like it. I don't like it as much, but I already made my bet, so sticking with it. I got the Vikings -5 Sunday night at home against the Colts.
I agree with you, Sal, on that Ohio State game. That'll be one of my picks. The quarterback actually is from the Penn State area, and they didn't recruit him. And he basically said on the show, like, he's going to prove that they made a mistake. And I think when
Didn't
you
the
have that,
didn't the Penn State quarterback get hurt last week against Bucky too? I don't know if he's 100%, if he's playing.
right.
I have no idea, but
Yeah.
Ohio State by 10.
Yeah. Hitman, what do you got this week?
All right, cronies. It's the hit, man. I got some picks for you.
All right, let's go.
I want you to give me the Army minus 22.5 at West Point against the 1-6 Air Force. A lot of points, but the Army's been showing up and the Army's been showing out. So I'm
I'm
taking,
saluting are they the cadets? Or
got
is
it.
that Navy?
That might be.
Fuck
Tell you.
it.
Who's the midshipman?
disappointed. All right. So Army minus 22.5. I also like Arkansas at home. They're getting 7.5 points versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss is playing Georgia the week after, and I think they're going to be looking over this game and looking at Georgia. And Arkansas is a tough team to play at home, so I like Arkansas getting 7.5 points at home versus Ole Miss. For the NFL, unfortunately I don't know how much I like this, but Cowboys are getting 2.5 points at Atlanta against the Falcons. I'm going Cowboys. Cowboys getting 2.5. I like the Commanders at New York playing the Giants minus 3.5. Commanders are playing good football, and I think Giants, they're just they're close, but they only got 2 wins. So
Coming off a Monday night game too. So
exactly. So I like the Commanders. Those are my picks. Book it, cronies. Hitman out.
Caden, what do you got this week, buddy?
Just kidding. I'm still here.
go ahead.
I thought I was going to get a mic drop. Hitman out.
I have actually a lot of the same picks as Bert this week, which isn't great, but I guess they're winners if we both like them. So I'm going to start off with college football. I'm taking Iowa -3 versus Bucky. And also on that game, I'm taking the over 40.5 points. And then I'm taking OSU -3.5 versus Penn State. Really no rhyme or reason. Besides, I think that Bucky, they had their little flash of like being good, but I think they played poor competition. And Iowa always gives Bucky a hard time. Then I'm going Washington money line versus the Giants. I'm not super confident on it, but I just think Washington's a better team than the Giants. The Giants didn't show much last night for me. And then I'm taking the Cowboys -2.5 versus the Falcons. Like I said, no real rhyme or reason to this. I just think the Cowboys eventually are going to start winning games. They just got too much there. Then I'm taking the Colts +5 versus the Vikings. I think that the Vikings are kind of, they started off so hot. Now they've lost back-to-back games. Things don't seem as good as they once were there. And the NFC North is just ridiculously good. Some teams in the NFC North were going to start losing games. Not everybody in the NFC North was going to go, maybe 15-2, or they're going to start losing games across the board. So those are my picks.
Yeah. The Flacco thing, it took me off the Minnesota game, like Sal was saying. I liked Minnesota a ton, and then Flacco got in there, and now I don't like him as much. So
They said the bet's been placed. So
yeah. All right, what I got going this week, I got Thursday night in the NFL, Jets money line. It's buy low, sell high. Jets are as well as low as you can get, and they have to basically pretty much win out or can maybe get one more loss, but the line is moving in the Jets' favor. I think it's -2. I think it opened up at a pick, but I think it's -2, 2.5 now. But I like
it's
the
going to
Jets
keep
money
moving
line in
too.
that game. I don't think the Texans have any wide receivers with Diggs going down with the ACL. So I'm not sure. We went up to the Packer game, and when he doesn't have guys to throw to, he doesn't look great. So Stroud. So
Collins is out another week too. So
yeah,
at
And
least
then
a
I
week.
like the Ravens 9.5. Who are they playing? Oh, Denver. This line tells me a lot. Denver's been playing great, but they haven't been beating anybody. They've really mopped up on shitty quarterbacks. And obviously Lamar's great. And this line, based on what Denver's been doing, should have been like 7.5. And the fact that it's almost 10 double digits in the NFL tells me that the Ravens are going to blow them out. And then I got Dallas. I think we're all on Dallas again. Buy low, sell high. Dallas has too much talent to keep losing. I think they're going to win this week. Atlanta's been up and down. This could be a shootout, but I think Dallas wins this game. And then
You
I
have
got the
Dallas money
college.
line? Or
I'm going with the spread plus 2.5.
Ooh, that game's up to, yeah, it is plus 2.5.
Yep.
To be honest, at 2.5, you might as well go money line realistically on Dallas. Because I mean, it's not going to land on 2, I doubt.
Yeah.
So you might as well get the plus money there, but take the points if you want. I got Ohio State money line. I'm just not playing around with that hook. I think Ohio State gets the win as well, but I'm not playing around with 3.5. Illinois, I think it's a bounce back spot for them, plus 3. Forgot who they were playing this week.
Minnesota?
Minnesota. Yep.
Like
So,
that too.
yep. And then I got Indiana minus, I think 7.5. Who do they got this week? I'm trying to go. I was going through all the games. I'm just forgetting who they're playing. Some of these teams. I know I took Bert's pick on Indiana last week. I just like their coach. Oh, Michigan State. So in this game, Sparty's actually been playing fairly well at home. They beat Iowa at home a couple weeks ago. They lost to Michigan last week. I mean, they hung tight for a while and then kind of Michigan just pulled away. I just think Indiana's really good. I don't think they're going to lose until they play somebody really good, like Oregon, Ohio State. I don't even know if that's on their schedule, but one of those teams are going to beat them. But I think these other teams like Michigan State, they can win those games. And then I got Wisconsin, Iowa under 41. This game actually opened at 42.5. It's down to 41. I bet it early at 42, but I still like it at 41. This has got 13-17 written all over it, Bucky, in my opinion. So I know I'm going against Caden on that one, and I haven't been great in college. So take these picks with a grain of salt. But there's still plenty of time to bounce back and get into the green. So those are my picks. All right. So one last thing. Obviously, the main game, we're all Packer fans, so we always kind of talk about this at the end. But what are you guys thinking in this Lions-Packers game? We kind of all stayed away from it. I loved the Lions at first, and then I'll give you guys my take on it. I went through the box score of last week's game, and it looked like, they're scoring. But they were outgained in that game by the Titans. The Titans had 2 or 3 turnovers in their red zone. Then they had turned the ball in Detroit's red zone. Then they gave 4 short fields to Detroit. Golf only threw for 85 yards.
Yeah.
Amon, whatever his name is, he only had 8 yards receiving. So the game's a little bit, not that Detroit's not good, but it's a little misleading.
I mean, the game dictated some of those stats though too. They didn't need to throw it a bunch and stuff. So
right,
obviously,
and I think Gibbs or whatever, he had a pretty good game. I think he had quite a few rushing yards.
Yeah.
My take on that is I don't know if the Packers can stop the run. We saw what Mixon did a couple weeks ago. Did it already against Tank Bigsby last week, but boy, Detroit runs the ball very well. I wish I knew if Love was playing to give a better pick. And I don't know if Jair is playing for the Packers. I haven't heard how hurt he is.
Oh, Jair's hurt too?
If he's hurt. He came up lame at the end of that game on that last touchdown to Ingram. So I know it wasn't a serious injury they're calling it, but with the Packers having a bye the week after, do you rest these guys and give them like 3 weeks off? Do you play them and hope they don't get re-injured or more hurt? So it's tough. I'd like to see who is actually going to be suiting up on Sunday before I make a pick.
I think Green Bay actually with Willis and them not knowing who's going to be in kind of gives the Packers the advantage.
I think they need
Willis.
Love.
You gotta contain the pocket. Like
I think Love needs to play if Green Bay has a chance. You're gonna have to score some points against Detroit. Yeah. I don't know if Willis can put up a big enough number. That's my.
I'd like to see them. To be honest, this is a little bit. If you look at the total of this game, this total should be in the 50s.
What is it at?
48. It should be 51, 52.
Where's this one?
Detroit's scoring 40 a week.
Green Bay. They're scoring a ton of points. Green Bay's scoring a decent amount of points. They might be predicting that Love's not going to play, but even with Willis, Green Bay scored a decent amount of points. I'd like to see, to be honest, this is a Jacobson game. I said a few weeks ago, run the ball, eat up the clock, play sound defense, and force a couple 3-and-outs, break up some passes. Not going to be easy against Detroit. They got a lot of talent, but their defense isn't great.
No.
So,
cronies, it's Bert.
What do you think, Hitman?
Just kidding.
Cronies,
what do you think in this game, Hitman? You got a good take on the Packers.
Well, I actually like the Packers in this game. And I tell you why I like, because Jacobs, I also like it's on grass. I think that's going to slow down the Detroit defense a little bit. I don't know. Packers, I like them at home.
Yeah. What is this? One of 3 games the Lions play on grass outside all year, something like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yep.
Welcome. What do you think?
My little pretties.
Very Halloween-like this week. By the way,
Halloweeny.
I should have been giving out winners at my door.
That would have been nice.
Gobble. Trick or treat.
Okay,
all right, go ahead.
Do you got cash money?
It's hard. It's hard because it's like I want the Packers to win, and I do think that the Packers are going to make this really, really close regardless of QB. I'm a little bit concerned about Love. I am. Okay. Whether he's playing or not going forward, he has to protect the ball. I mean, my God, this guy is just a fucking turnover machine. It's like fucking A, dude. You don't have to stare down one fucking guy for 18 minutes before you throw it to him and then pretend like he's not going to get fucking picked. I mean, this guy just... everyone's like, oh, he's the next Favre. No.
Yeah.
No.
Looking like it.
Yeah.
Dude, he looks like shit. I'm sorry. I got to say it how it is.
I think Love is done very, very well, but his mentality isn't going to bode well in the playoffs, in my opinion.
Well, you
can't get away with those type of turnovers.
You
can't drive the field 65 yards, throw a turnover in the red zone. You're not going to
be good teams turning the ball over that much.
Too good.
You're not going to be.
This is my opinion. This is my opinion. I think Love is good. I think he's going to be good. However, I think these wide receivers are making Love look good, where I didn't think it was the same before the season. Go look at his really big completions the last couple games. These wide receivers are getting space that, 2 semis could drive past. Like these wide receivers and Tucker Kraft are really making his life easy. It's the tough balls that are getting picked that he's not putting on the money, really. I mean, the one from last week, seriously, was a bad ball. I mean, like, he threw it right to the defender.
Yeah.
But
I like Love.
I think Willis is shit. I think Willis is not good. I think the wide receivers make Willis even look better. Jordan Love just needs to play better. He just needs to play better. There's no way you saw Jordan Love from last season where he threw rarely a pick all season. And we're like, oh, this guy is like Aaron Rodgers-esque.
Well,
and then this year, it's like, holy smokes. This guy might throw for 35 touchdowns, but he might throw for 48 interceptions.
I like the fact that he's fast and he can he's a dual threat as far as scrambling in the pocket. And I think he's going to open some it's going to open up some throw to as long as
I blame everything that's happening right now with the Jordan Love injury on the Packers. They shouldn't have brought him back against Minnesota. We saw how that happened. Okay? His knee is what caused this groin. Mm-hmm. He overcompensated. He's not fully back. He hasn't, just taken off out of the pocket and ran for first
this
down.
Week, and we have a bye next week, and he can get through a couple weeks to heal up. So that's basically like almost 3 weeks. I think we're in really good situation. If the Packers schedule gets super hard, if we can be 7-2 going into a bye, you'd take that every day of the week. You wouldn't have thought probably they'd be any better. So
And if you remember last year, Love did not play great the first half of the year, and he caught fire the second half. So hoping to
Yeah.
see more of the same of that this year, obviously, as a
It's
Packer
not
fan.
that he
So.
played bad either.
He hasn't played bad, just careless with the ball. He's reckless right now.
Yep.
It's a bad
This
decision.
is my opinion.
Whatever.
When you get paid that kind of money, it's just like this.
Here we go.
It's just like this. I don't get paid a lot of money to do shitty work and not show up. He shouldn't get paid. Deductions. Deductions
No.
should happen on these salaries. And big ones for Jordan Love. I'm sick of it.
What did he have the week for tutties?
Huh?
How many tutties did Jordan Love have the week before?
He had 4, didn't he?
Yep.
How many interceptions?
I think he only had 1 or 2.
It's Houston? You talking about?
He had
1 or 2.
Okay. We should have blown out Houston by 30.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, yeah, I'm not I can't say whether he's good or bad or indifferent. I think he's playing hurt.
There was more to that Houston game than Love being bad. Didn't they muff a punt and shit like
Yeah,
that?
that's what I was about to say.
There's a
what
bunch
Sal
of other
said. There
shit
was
that went
just-
into it. I mean, Packers
No, I
dominated the game. We
blame
played
it
our
on
bag.
defense.
I blame it on Love. No. Let's not sugarcoat it. CJ Stroud, MVP candidate, held to under 100 yards. Okay?
Not an MVP candidate anymore.
No.
No, he might not be, but he's damn good. Okay? Jordan Love needs to put the ball in the end zone. He was given perfect opportunities. Perfect opportunities. Let's talk about the pick 6 he had the week before where he threw it out of the back of his end zone and the defender had to walk 2 feet. Same distance from me to my mini fridge right now is all that the defender had to walk in for.
Cronies, I apologize for Caden's outburst.
Rodgers doesn't do that.
He
Mahomes don't
he's
do
hungry. He hasn't eaten from work yet.
It looks like he's channeling his inner Pat McAfee with that shirt on.
that. Dude.
Yeah.
Caden, go to Culver's. Get over your hangry.
Get some
love
fucking
affair.
sleeves.
Dude, it's hot out today. 80 degrees in Wisconsin.
He's all fired up, boys. He's all fired up, cronies.
Dude, I'm sick of it. Dude, we need a
all right,
blowout
man.
win.
We got to end the show, Caden.
Fuck no.
Dude, can we do a Zoom of mine, just yourself?
Dude, I'll make an addition. It'll be
That's
like
fine.
a 30-minute segment every week, just me.
Please don't post it on our YouTube channel.
Dude,
The cronies
his
would love
numbers
that.
will be fucking skyrocketing.
All right, cronies, man, we gave you some winners. We gave you some extra stuff on the Packer game. Hope you enjoyed that. Caden gave you some extra stuff on Jordan, how much he loves Jordan Love. He's got love for Love. And but we'll keep producing winners for you guys, and hopefully you guys can take some of these picks to the bank and make some money. Good luck out there. Bye-bye.
Later.